Welcome back, everyone, to the next movie review in Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. And of course, this time I'm gonna talk about Lionheart, King of the Jungle. When the streets are a jungle, there can be only one king, King of the Jungle. I shall say I love this film. I love Lionheart. Watched this film as a kid. I think was the first one was Bloodsport. The second one was Double Impact. I think will be the third film I saw as a kid. I have a handmade Lionheart Too Tough to Die, which is on a Blu-ray. But the disc also has, which is also the cover, Lionheart Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do have on the Blu-ray. This is actually a theatrical cut, which is 1 hour 45 minutes long film. It's actually director's cut. Excuse me. The director's cut is actually 1 hour 48 minutes long, but Lionheart is actually a classic. But it's definitely not one of my favorite Van Damme films. I mean, not in top 10 favorite films, But I do have a few problems with this film. One of my problems with this film is actually the drama elements kind of takes me out of the film. No offense, nothing against Lionheart, but I kind of prefer like other action movies that Van Damme did. Like Hard Target, which I'll review. Hard Target, Kickboxer, Cyborg, which I love to death. Universal Soldier, Time Cop, I kind of prefer. Kickboxer, which I reviewed. Death Warrant, I reviewed. Kind of more action movies that I prefer. The Order kind of enjoy. Time Cop, I just mentioned it, even Sudden Death that some people complain, I kind of prefer more because I'm more an action film. And many times, the drama elements kind of takes me out of the film. But when you consider this being Van Damme's best films, kind of agree because he plays more human characters, which that's what I love, Lionheart, And Van Damme plays Leon Gaultier, he's a legionnaire, and his brother gets killed by those drug dealers. He gets spit by gasoline and being thrown into and being tortured, by burned to death. And when Leon finds in the South Africa, because he's in his post is in the legionnaire, he finds that his brother has been tortured and he's been killed. He finds that his brother has been now killed and tortured. So he wants to get to Los Angeles to see his brother one last time, but he's not allowed to leave the compound. The legionnaire, he has no right. He is not allowed to leave the camp. But of course, Leon anyway escapes, uses martial arts, and he escapes. He goes to Los Angeles. First, he travels, in New York, and then he goes to Los Angeles, and he gets in the arena of modern gladiator fights in order to supply and raise money for for his brother's family. He goes into those underground fights, which is actually bets, which is actually bets. It's the movie's kinda in style of Rocky, but he goes he goes to provide the money, to raise the money for the brother's family. His sister-in-law and his niece, because they're all broke, because they have no money, nothing to live, and because she's family. And of course, his sister-in-law, Helen Gaultier, played by Lisa Pelican, blames Leon that her husband became a drug addicted, and because she blames everything on him, and in order Leon to help his family, his brother family, because his brother dies, he decides to help them out. He agrees to fight in the gladiator modern fights, and in order to prevent to get the money, for the brother that he lost. And in order to Legionnaire tries to catch him, to get him back to South Africa for the trial as a traitor, but they decide, to talk to this girl, Cynthia, who's actually, and who, who actually, she to find Cynthia, and of course, she's actually organizing those fights. And yeah, and of course, she goes and organizes those fights, and Van Damme, Leon is now pitted against one of the best killing machine ever, and that's Attila, a pure fighting machine. And he goes and he has to fight, a pure fighting machine. And of course, yeah, he has to go and fight a pure fighting machine, and that's of course, and that's actually of course Attila, which is actually Michelle and Abdul, I think was Abdel. Michel and Abdel were both brothers and they were friends. They met in the gym, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And Van Damme, Abdel Gizzi becomes opponent to Van Damme, who plays Attila, a Russian pure fighting machine who kills the opponents. First he toys them, then kills them, then rips them apart. And yeah, the fight scenes are excellent. They're actually excellent in this film. Sorry, Rick. The fight scenes in this film are excellent. The fight scenes are really worth the watch of the film, which I recommend it. Yeah, the fight scenes are excellent, like when one of the Legionnaires in the open scene is actually Billy Blanks. Van Damme uses his spin kick around his flying, spin kick and punches him in the face, that's actually Billy Blanks, that Legionnaire, that Black Legionnaire was Billy Blanks in this film. Oliver Gruner received credits because he provided the story about the Legionnaire, so he's one of the reasons, because Oliver Gruner is actually a French martial artist, just like Van Damme. Like there's like a scene in which Van Damme stabs one Legionnaire in the hand. I read that scene has been deleted somewhere, but he stabs him, which is in this movie. Then the fights, and then he goes like on this ship, and he smuggles, with this black captain tells him you have no visa, go back down before someone reports you. You have no green card, you have no visa, you have no money, and Van Damme punches in the stomach and says it's gonna be simple. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be simple. Punches he kicks him in the stomach, grabs him, grabs him, hey, and make a deal, and he jumps in the water. And in this movie, in this disc, that scene in which Van Damme swings, he jumps off the board and then off the boat, and then he climbs. That scene has been deleted. I don't know why, but that scene has been deleted. Completely that scene has been deleted, which I don't know why was that scene deleted, but yeah, that scene was completely deleted, which I don't get it. Why that scene has been deleted, but completely that scene has been deleted, yeah, completely that scene has been deleted, which I don't know why, but yeah, in this scene, and there's another scene when Cynthia was cursing at Van Damme. That scene has been also deleted, I don't know why was deleted, but when Van Damme, climbs the pier, he's all wet and he's like holding, that scene has been deleted. I think it's only on DVD. I don't know why not on Blu-ray, but it's completely deleted, that scene. The fight scenes are excellent, and Van Damme goes in this underground, and he means that Mount mouth Joshua, played by Harrison Page, and there's this black dude, a large black dude, and Van Damme, uses his knee and his fist, his elbow and his knee like a pure badass, Kniggs grabs and jumps with the knee, with the knee, jumps, like a badass he is, which is a great scene. Then he goes underground in the garage, in the garage fight scene, and there's like this guy who plays Sonny. I try to find the actor, but I always forget, and Van Damme goes the first time, meets Cynthia, and also Brian Thompson is in this movie. And I heard somewhere that Van Damme has been kind of late for this for the movie, and I think that that he and Brian Thompson did not get along. But later, Brian Thompson stated that Van Damme did apologize, to him. Later, when they did the order, Brian Thompson did apologize to him. Van Damme apologized to Brian Thompson because he was kind of very late for the shooting the film. But yeah, this is actually a pure badass film in my opinion. The fight scenes are still badass. In the garage, this guy keeps punching his opponent, the black dude, the Sonny, and there's this sexy girl, Tracy Shakespeare, she plays Hector's date, and like the blood spits on her and she like licks the blood, which is great, And then Van Damme pits against Sonny, and Sonny says, "No, if I fight you, fuck you," And he uses that spinning leg, Van Damme catches his leg and punches him right in the balls, with the balls, and the guy falls down, one kick, one punch in the balls, he knocks him down, and the guy, come and get up, Sonny, I could kick his ass, and Van Damme goes, grabs him, you and me, come on. You and me, and the guys have like that ponytail. You and me, let's go, And Harrison Page takes him off, So Van Damme and Harrison Page, they go in this alley, And there's this black dudes they want that they pay for the phone, and Van Damme and Harrison Page kicks both of their asses, which is awesome. The fight scenes make work for this film. But I love that Van Damme plays more human characters, which is kind of awesome. He plays more human characters in this film. The fight scenes are still awesome. Then Van Damme goes in another arena in another parking garage with a Scottish fighter, which is awesome. Which Van Damme kicks the living shit out of the guy. The guy tries to strangle him with the wire, and Van Damme kicks his ass, which is awesome. Van Damme goes and kicks his ass. There's another scene in which Van Damme is in the pool, and what I love about that pool scene is when Van Damme kicks the guy's ass, the guy tries to make him that he will drown, but Van Damme anyway kicks the shit out of him. But Van Damme pulls the guy out of the water, which I love that, because he's not a killing machine, he's a human being, and I love that, He makes the character more human, He makes the account for his family, for his sister-in-law. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that, He makes for the sister-in-law, He makes for the sister-in-law. He actually goes and makes for the sister-in-law more. He makes the account, which he doesn't know that the money comes from him, from the fight scenes in Van Damme, And I also love Van Damme is in this arena, and there's this guy, and Van Damme uses that Bruce Lee kick, with the leg. And the guy touches the glasses. The second time, Van Damme goes with that long kick, bang, the guy flies through the glasses. That's my favorite scene. In the final scene with Attila, which is awesome, but Attila knew that he has this that he actually does have, the ribs has broken, and he punches in the ribs, and Van Damme uses his martial arts, kicks the guy's face, and says wrong bet, Cynthia knows she bet against me, and says Joshua I bet against him, wrong bet, and goes kicks the living shit out of Attila, but doesn't kill him. Then gets pissed. He also punches Brian Thompson in the face, with the leg, which is awesome. But yeah, I kind of miss kind of those kind of action movies, On the end, both the Legionnaires let him go, and he goes back to his family, and the movie then, of course, ends. The music score was actually by John Scott. I love the opening scene of the music score. I love the opening scene by John Scott. The story was actually based. Jean-Claude Van Damme wrote the story, and he made the screenplay. I think was screenplay Sheldon Lettich and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Sheldon Lettich did for this movie, the sequel Rambo 3 he did with Sylvester Stallone, the screenplay. And Van Damme and Sheldon Lettich, they actually wrote a story for this film, which are the great friends. They both had the scenes for Bloodsport and Cyborg. And Van Damme did a more human character. Leon Gaultier, more a human character. Cynthia, she betted against him, because when she found out that Leon is not interested in her, he doesn't want to be her toy. She also found out that Leon, Leon has a sister-in-law. She thinks that he's screwing her, but he doesn't. And that's one of the reasons. She betted against him. Brian Thompson, plays Russell, gets kicked in the face, because he was also betting against Leon. There's like this song, No Mercy, Damn and Deadly, No Mercy. I love that song, love that song. And I have a mixed feelings. I think it's a cult classic film. Just like I said, the drama elements kind of takes me away, like when Van Damme talks to Helen Gaultier, and she's like all mean, like she blames him for the death. Finally you showed up. She doesn't know jack shit that Leon went through the fights. This is how he was making a living. With this he was making a living. He made a fucking an account, and she treated it like trash. I hated that. I hated Lisa Pelican. I hated her in that film so much. I hated her. That's one of the reasons why I have a problems. The fucking drama elements, like he's a stranger. Ashley Scott is a sex babe now. By the time she had a little hair, this is one of the scenes kind of takes me off the film. Way too much dramatic. I hated how she treated Leon like trash. I hated her for that, Lisa Pelican. I hated her character. I hated the actress for that, One of the other reasons was just I hated the fucking drama element in this movie. And I know that Van Damme tried to do it, with more heart, which I appreciate, which I love that, That's one of the reasons this movie is decent, it became a cult classic films. But I still prefer Kickboxer, Cyborg, Kickboxer, Bloodsport, love Bloodsport, incredible to match. I prefer those movies more. Death Warrant, Hard Target, Universal Soldier, Time Cop, which I will review soon. Of course, The Order, those are my top 10 favorite films. Time Cop I prefer more. No offense, Lionheart. Lionheart is a cult classic film. Budget $6 million, but worldwide $24 million. Lionheart was actually known as AWOL or Leon, Full Contact, Absent Without Leave, and Wrong Bet. They started Wrong Bet, but decided to title Lionheart more, Lionheart, King of the Jungle. I love that, when the streets are jungle, there can be only one king. Lionheart, the king of the jungle. Lionheart, Jean-Claude Van Damme stars a soldier down to earth modern day gladiator fighting for the amusement of the rich in this fast-moving action thriller. Upon receiving news that his brother in Los Angeles seriously injured, Leon Gaultier deserted the French Foreign Legion from a remote outpost in North Africa, fleeing from the two of the Legion security force who have orders to bring him back at any cost. Leon returns into the illegal bare knuckle underground fighting circuit to raise the money he needs to help his brother's family. The riveting action adventure combines the raw power and charisma when them with the exciting world of no hold barred street fighting. So yeah, that's kind of awesome. But I still kind of prefer Kickboxer, which is kind of better with the Rocking, the Karate Kid. I kind of prefer more. I kind of prefer Cyborg, Bloodsport, Universal Soldier. That weren't even a hard target. I prefer over Lionheart, but Lionheart is a decent film. I mean, I love this film. It's such a cool, awesome film. I love that song, No Mercy. You know, my favorite scene would definitely have been in the gym. You know, when Van Damme uses that kick, that Bruce Lee kick, twice. You know, and the guy flies through the glass splits. That's my favorite scene. The other favorite scene would be when Van Damme fights this guy in the Scottish, you know, in the parking garage, in illegal gladiator fight. That's another favorite scene of mine. The other scene would be when he grabs this guy on his leg and kicks him right, punches in the balls. That's another my favorite scene. You know, still this movie back. You know, this movie Roadhouse, I would say it's better in my opinion than Lionheart. Roadhouse is better in my opinion. No offense, Van Damme. But I enjoy this film. I like this film. Just like I said, the drama scenes took me out of it, so I kind of rewinded, fast forward, because I was kind of annoying. From John Scott, kind of the drama elements, you know, the music for the drama elements kind of takes me out of the film. Said the fights, you know, the fights is worth watching, but this movie kind of really takes me out. But Lionheart, the king of the jungle, I mean, when the streets are the jungle, there can be only one king. The king of the jungle, Lionheart. King of the jungle, lion. King of the jungle, you know, lion. And yeah, he proves why he's Lionheart. More full contact, owl, absence without leave. Yeah, Lionheart, a cool classic film. But that's my review on Lionheart 1990. Yes, That Warrant was filmed before this movie, but was released after Lionheart, so I reviewed That Warrant first. But thanks for watching, and my next films, which I highly rate, is gonna be Double Impact, Universal Soldier, and of course I'm gonna review then. Of course, I'm going to review Hard Target, which I highly rate. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.